Hello everyone, this is genuioely and today we're back for another brand new video, and we're reverting to something a little bit different in terms of our regular scheduled programming. But the OGs, the nation, right here in the comment section below will remember we used to do this pretty regularly back in the day. It's called the Rangers Roundup. That's what we started saying it is. We call it the week that was, if you'd like to, if you want to revamp it, because everything these days is a revamp or a reboot, prequel, sequel. Maybe we'll name this the week that was, but I want to discuss it. I want to see what your opinions are down in the comment section below. If you don't like this video, then you'll not see another one for a very, very long time, if ever, in terms of uploading on this channel. But if you do like it, it's something we can look at, because there is, throughout a week, several little topics or little things that come out, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I really wish I could sit there and talk about it just to see what your opinions actually are, and obviously have that conversation, because that's what this channel is. It's a football conversation between me and thee. But then sometimes I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's not really much there I can actually make in terms of an individual video, or I'm just going to be taking the piss at my audience and everything like that. And I didn't want to do that. I only try and bring you content that I feel like is up to a certain standard, believe it or no. So I'm deciding to come back to maybe the Rangers Roundup style type of video, where I take all the little subjects throughout a week, and then maybe on a Thursday, Friday, depending on what's actually getting posted in the other days, uploading it and reflecting in the week that was. So let me know if you like these videos. If not, we'll not do them again. And I think we're going to start off with maybe the deal that happened earlier on in the week in terms of Jose Cordoba, a guy that a lot of people was very excited about, whilst there was others that was a little bit lukewarm in terms of the deal. Now, we did discuss it a couple of weeks ago in terms of his pros, his cons, what he was, what he wasn't, and where I wasn't overly sold in terms of him being the physicality guy in the air that's going to get up and dominate players like we need our defenders today. He certainly had a lot about him, and again, his best attributes were defending, which was pretty refreshing for me to sit back and look at in terms of all the players I've had to look at over years. So there was a lot of pros, there was a lot of cons, but what we did know is the manager and the director of football were very keen on bringing him in, earmarking him very early in the season and trying to bring him into the door to solidify and reinforce that left-hand side of Rangers, which has been weak and limp for far too long. And where it looked like it was going well, where it looked like it was going right, it seems to have fallen away at the very end, as apparently the news now is that the man has chosen to join another side for the Championship, whether it's Norwich. I know there's still no concrete links in terms of that, probably will end up there, but what we do know is he's had the opportunity to sign on the dotted line this week at Rangers, come out and sign Day's thing, but he's decided not to do it. So even if this deal now falls down with the Championship, do we really want to go back, be someone's sloppy settings in terms of that aspect? No, I certainly hope Rangers don't do that anyway. And it does bring a conversation in there of what football actually is, because it is gutting when you hear, again, you want your managers to get his players, you want the director of football who's known for his scouting ability and picking talent up like he did at his previous club, you want him to get the players they've identified and really want to get them, and when it goes wrong you do get a wee bit sour. But at the same time, not a lot of us have even heard of the laddie before 2-3 weeks ago, and now we're all absolutely gutted saying the season is over already and the transfer window's, it's not even open yet, ladies and gentlemen, and some people are saying the transfer window is a write-off already. But it does show me where football actually is in terms of English football and every other football compared to where Scottish football is. And that's my overall thoughts regarding this failed transfer or failed move of Cordoba to Rangers. They can just offer more money than us, and not only that, in terms of a base salary, you've then got the lure of playing in the Premier League. If that is the team he's going to, if it is the Norwich, you've got a chance to go to the Premier League, and guess what, make even more money. The days of being lured in for chances of winning silverware and European nights and playing in front of a packed house every other week, it's sort of fading in the game as Scottish football is falling further and further and further behind, because not only are we lagging behind the likes of the Premier League, now we're lagging behind some of the teams in the Championship with the wages and that they can offer, and it's truly embarrassing. And when you look at the new sponsors that's going to kick in 2025, 2026, the other leagues that are getting involved, these TV stations that's buying into the Championship and buying into here and buying into here, we're just falling further and further away. And look, I'm not turning this into an anti-SFA and it's blaming them for this failed transfer, but again, they are holding our game back massively, and this for me is just another sign in it. Whether it's Rangers or Celtic, we should never be losing out to players wanting to go to the Championship. These are two historically massive football clubs, but we are just so far behind what other clubs can offer that, again, the money will always be better elsewhere. The pressure will always be a lot less elsewhere. And I think if we're being honest, if you get offered to get paid a lot more, a lot less stress and pressure on your actual performances, and the lure that if you do your job well enough, there's a chance to make the Premier League and make even more money than what you were getting offered originally, which was more than what Rangers were offered. Would you actually turn it down? I think if we're all being brutally honest, in a business aspect, no money is win. And that's a real shame, but that's where the game is, ladies and gentlemen. The romantic in me still believes that people want to come up here and win this and play in European nights and that, but again, it's just money. Money is the massive difference. Football can be a really short career, and when you go and identify players from other markets that's not got any association or any connection or truly, or maybe even understanding what this club's about, or what Celtic's about, what Scottish football is about, if you're not wanting to shop here in the country that it is, where people understand what it's like, they're just going to look at the two balance sheets and say, oh wait, I'm getting paid this. Aye, I'm going to go there. And that's how I feel about it, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe a wee bit of an over conversation regarding it, but it's just money at the end of the day. And if you watch today's video, there's a lot of that conversation. I do think there is real smoke behind this fire. Now, it can all fall apart. It can go crumbling down. We've seen that with Hefty in the old January transfer window. But when we talk about missing out on someone, let's flip over and talk about something that's just happened about 20 minutes ago, and that is someone leaving the football club. And no, it's not John Lundstrom, don't get too excited. Comment section below, you might get that tomorrow if we're doing the video, which I think we'll actually be doing. But in terms of today, the CEO, Mr. James Bisgrove, have left the football club after 5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years already. I remember making the first video when he was hired, talking like Stevie for Four Lads Had a Dream about it, breaking down this, breaking down that, and it's already been 5 years. It shows you how long we've been doing this channel. Me and they are truly growing older together in this wonderful roller coaster. And where I think a lot of people will maybe go crazy, because I remember last year when the CEO and obviously James Bisgrove got promoted upwards, everyone's freaking out saying, oh, they're jumping ship, oh, it's a nightmare this, oh, it's a nightmare that. And I feel the same way as I did then as I did now. Troops, it's not really a big deal for me. Yes, he's leaving to join Saudi and go and get that Saudi money if the reportings are actually true. And yes, it's probably a painful little reminder, Troops, that we've got more money for James Bisgrove than we ever did for Morelos and Kent. And that makes me sick, Troops. It's a daft joke, but a sad reality in where we are and how poorly run of a football club we are. But again, where he was successful in terms of the commercial side of the game and generating this income and generating that, his stats are there and everyone's going to actually talk about them. But again, he was a commercial mind in that role. And again, maybe it's just me being dumb and not knowing enough in it. I'll hold my hands up if I am. But at the same time, as the CEO, I would like to get someone with a bit more of the football brain rather than the commercial side. So for me, where a lot of people can panty wet and get really worried that the CEO is left to go and join Saudi for a lot of money, again, go where the money goes. That's where it's going to go. It actually opens the door for us to maybe put somebody in there that knows a wee bit more about the football side and get this house in order, because you can do this and you can look good in your stat sheet. You can release 400 kits that you can sign off and make all this money. But if you're not winning on the park, it's all irrelevant to us fans. So it's going to be very interesting to happen. Now, obviously, they've brought in, or self-promoted John Bennett in terms of that, or put him in to that role on a temporary basis, as I think this cat came pretty short notice to Rangers. Not something they knew for too long was actually going to happen, but I feel like we need to go out there and really get someone that's got that football brain, and again, tidy up the mess that we've been in now for far too long. So that's my opinion on James Bisgrove. I know he made a lot of money for his football club, and he done this and he done that, and hell, he leaves this football club having made us a lot of money. Now let's just put somebody in there that knows what they're doing on the football side. As we have a slight coughing break, as once again I'm ill, Troops. I know, I'm ill all the time. I've got man flu-itis. We're going to move on to the third story in today's video, and it's going to be none other than the away kit. Exciting, eh? It would be if it wasn't spoiled a week before, thanks to Sports Direct. Now again, I didn't know the ins and outs and the shaking it's all about, but can somebody tidy that mess up? How on earth do we get told every single year we're moving away from Sports Direct, blah, 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 but every year they show us our kit before our own football club? Do you know what I mean by that? But again, it's now officially on sale from the Rangers store, and that's where you should be buying your Rangers kits. And right away, I know what people are going to be talking about. One of the main talking points is going to be the price point, because again, $75 is a lot of money, and I see a lot of comments every year from families and everything like that, or dads or mums on that aspect, that says it's a lot of expenditure to kit out their family each upon season. And honestly, I do agree with that. It's absolutely shambolic where football is going. But again, money is what talks, and if you looked at all the stories so far, that's all football is now. It really, really is. It used to be a game, it used to be a community thing, it used to be this, but now it's just ways to get money out of us, and it'll never, ever change. The days of having a kit for a few seasons and being able to connect to that and make special memories are gone. It's about getting the first kit, getting the away kit, getting the third kit, getting the fourth kit, bringing kits out that you'll wear once on one individual day and sell it for £75, never to wear it again, because it's all about strangling as much money commercially out at your fan base. Now, it's not just a Rangers thing or a Castor thing where a lot of people put a lot of blame on Castor. It's just where football is, again, as a total, and it happens to every club and that. So yeah, I do feel everyone is complaining about the price point, but that's never going to change. If anything, it's going to just keep going up and up and up, because people keep buying it around the world, and if you keep doing so, they'll keep pushing the limit, pushing the limit, pushing the limit. But moving away from the price point, which I imagine will be a sticking point for a lot of people, my overall thoughts on the kits truly is I quite like it. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a throwback. I like the badge going back to the 90s kit. It does look very nice. It does make me laugh that the badge is nearly the size of Ridvan Yilmaz's head in the actual picture, and I did have a wee laugh looking at the group photo, if you will, where it looks like Stelling's way looking after the young team as well. That man can truly do a wee bit of everything. But in terms of the kit, I like it. I've seen some people say it's been overly basic and anything like that, but that's what I want for my kits. I'm not one like this. You seen the Scotland kit for the Euros? I'm not even getting idiot. It looks horrendous. Bring back the anniversary kit. That was much better. I'm pretty sure they'd win the actual Euros. But in terms of this kit, it's basic. It's a wee bit of a throwback, wee bit of this. It's nice, ladies and gentlemen. The kit is a real winner. If only we could get some real winners to actually wear it. I thought the last kits were brilliant, if I'm honest. I've not liked a lot of the Castor kits, especially the first couple that came at the gate. We've made videos on them, but I'd say back-to-back away kits are nice. It's just a shame we need to leak or bring the away kit out first, because it's been leaked by Sports Direct. Look forward to seeing the home kit. That's what always I must buy, in my personal opinion, for myself regarding not only this channel, but for me, I've just always bought the Rangers home top. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the away kit. Do you like it? Is it too basic for you? Do you want this? Are you miffed about why it keeps getting leaked on Sports Direct before we even announce a teaser or a trailer? It's weird, but again, it's Rangers Football Club, so of course it's weird. And to wrap up today's video, where it's not overly too long, because I don't know if people are going to enjoy the little segments in today's video, the Rangers roundup, if you will, but I'm going to fire something out here that I think is going to call it the nonsense of the week. Just to end with a wee bit of fun and a wee bit of laugh. Again, it's towards the end of the week. We're nearly into the weekend, and I would love for everyone to comment their nonsense of the week in terms of Rangers Football Club. Maybe we should make a Reddit of some kind where people can start posting theirs. Maybe we'll look at it every Friday. That way you guys are getting involved and getting on the channel as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start off this one, or end today's video, with my nonsense of the week, and it's something that's just started to spread out like this, and you've probably heard about it by now, but it's Calvin Phillips to Rangers. Are you kidding me on? Now, I would like to point out this has got nothing in terms of the player himself, whether you like him, you love him, you hate him, you loathe him, whatever you feel about Calvin Phillips as a player, it's not on his ability, because he is obviously a ridiculously top footballer. I loved watching him at Leeds. Him and Rafinha just running the actual show. Brilliant player to watch, and that brilliant on the documentary and that as well. If you ended up watching that a couple years ago, I blinked 3 times and missed his entire appearances at Man City, and then I absolutely was miffed when I watched his performances for West Ham, as he looked void of confidence, void of belief, and a complete 180 of the player I saw playing with the chest out, pulling strings in the Leeds midfield, sitting on the bench, questioning this, questioning that for Man City for far, far too long, has clearly done some damage to the lad. It was horrific for West Ham. But again, in terms of a player, you take him every day of the week, whether it is Rangers or Celtic. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, this is listed as nonsense of the week for several reasons. One, he signed for Manchester City for £45 million 2 seasons ago, and we're actually just hitting the 2nd year mark. He had a 6-year contract, so he has 4 years left on his deal, and he couldn't move to West Ham permanently in the January transfer window because they couldn't afford to buy him and pay all of his wages. That's a team in the Premier League earning money and money and money, ladies and gentlemen. They can't afford Calvin Phillips' wages or afford to buy him, so they had to get him on loan and pay part of his actual wages. You know what I mean? You take a step back, you look at it, it's fun to get lost in rumours, but there's a reason this is listed as nonsense. I can't believe so many people are entertaining it. We'll not get anywhere near what he's on a week, and that's why it's listed as nonsense in the week. So I know I've already been tagged in it, I think 3 times in the first 20 minutes of it getting posted saying, is there anything in this? Can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolute nonsense, and that's why it hits this spot of the week. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I've been Sieging over 92. This has been the Rangers Roundup. This has been the week that was in terms of Rangers. Anything else you want to talk about, let me know down in the comments section below, and we can interact and talk amongst ourselves. And again, if you would like to see this return each week now, the football season's ended, there's a wee bit more space to actually break down and digest a lot of this stuff, let me know down in the comment section below. Or if you didn't like it, then hit that like button. I know you won't like it, and then I'll move on from it. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I should see you tomorrow with a lot of discussion regarding players leaving this football club. But until then, I've been Sieging over 92. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and bye-bye.